feet at, make them all say W first name, stepping shoes, you ain't see it. Introduce me to a new name, I forgot it. I got shows, I got mama, I got shorty, I got on my phone. Better watch out for the decline. Ay, on my body, what got these on.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. At this stage of the year, Greg, underperforming teams start to get nervous, especially teams with playoff expectations.
And Kevin, we're approaching the second half of the season, right? And you don't want to be on the outside of the playoff picture after that. It's put up or shut up time for a few teams.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Kyrie Irving. Anthony Davis is out there with Klay Thompson. And it's Marshall in at the 4 slot. Now Irving. Following the miss by Draymond Green from deep. Thompson a screen on Harden. Lets it fly from 18. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Just taking over that play. Davis gets the rebound and sends it right back.
Harden against Dinwiddie. Pass to Jackson Davis. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded closely. Davis up top. 17 points in his last outing. The kick out to Irving. 6 to shoot. That doesn't go in either for Irving. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Here's Dinwiddie. James Harden picking up that last basket. Tries from 7. In deep. Davis drops it in.
In a league of guys who are extremely long, AD still stands out.
Here's Harden. Warriors getting another chance here. Green with a screen for Harden. To the inside. That one goes. Counted.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Davis setting the pick for Irving. Tries again. And it's laid in by Davis. Davis has got 6 points.
AD's frame has filled out through the years. We've seen that. It enables him to take that kind of contact.
Bangs on the trifecta.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Dinwiddie for 3. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. The Warriors leading. Harden left side. From deep, Green. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. He's got 5.
Smarts there shown by Draymond Green. He realized it was his turn to fire one up. Cashes in.
Drills it from outside.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
Green, the screen. Pass to Podziemski. Outside, Payton. Harden up top. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
And that's what makes Harden so tough to contain. He can hurt you at all 3 levels and gets them from the mid-range on that one.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. Warriors leading by 3. Here's Podziemski. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
This is it to Marshall. Outside Irving. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
One of the quickest releases in the game. Kyrie staying a step ahead.
Harden with it. Picked up by Davis. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And the Mavericks call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Kyrie Irving.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Thompson, he's checked in for Najee Marshall. And it's Hardy in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Hardy. Warriors with the rebound. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs. You know, there's a different little ebb and flow to that one. And I think they just seem to fade down the stretch.
And so it's Dallas with it after the Warriors pick up 3. And it's Davis with the jam.
Size and strength, and then the length of AD getting up to jam it.
Here's Harden. It's deflected. Now here's Hardy. Not a lot of room. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And just so difficult to guard the beard without fouling. Harden is constantly seeking out contact.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Davis.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Thompson, a screen on Harden. Pass to Kleber. And here's Hardy. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. On the wing, Harden. Against Miami, he was really on his game. Powell for 3. The shot misses. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors lead by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
17.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they get the ball.
Harden out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Chris Boucher. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Looney in at the 5. That's the Warriors' 5.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Giddey. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 6 assists here tonight.
That's impressive stuff from Giddey, just getting on the interior part of the defense.
They get it back. And the pass to Lively. Out left to the wing. Now here's Hardy. Boucher defending. And that one's good. Hardy.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Pulls up. High post. Harden, no good. The Mavericks trailer. Tries to keep it alive. To the middle. Here's Giddey. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And the passing ability of James Harden, elite.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Lively. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some
urgency from him there. Sure. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Gary Payton comes in for Powell. And the Mavericks making a change here. You know, Brent, most nights we see Grimes expend a ton of energy out there, and it is terrific.
Yeah, he's asked to do a lot of different things, and he's got to provide that pop on the perimeter. And then he often draws the hardest defensive assignment at the other end. So this guy is becoming more complete.
Enzo Harden will bring it up for the Warriors. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. Three-pointer. Traps in the tray. Harden's got his third bucket of the night.
Oh, and the D, you got to get out on that, or Harden will make you pay.
Stolen by Harden. Outside, Green. Back to Harden. Golden State moving the ball around. Giddey, the pass to Harden. Let's go. Good. He hits the jump shot. Harden's got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
It's funny how much the defense has to focus more on not leaving their man when Giddey has the ball.
Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And Davis sends it back.
An impactful defensive presence. AD is outstanding at coming up with blocks.
Warriors leading by 5. Now here's Green. And he also played a big role in their last game with Miami. Here's Harden. And Lively pulls it down.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
The shot by Looney, no good. Mavericks trailed by 5. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Davis puts it in. 10 points for Davis.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. In third, the Warriors.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the three.
Giddey, that's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. And one of the unwritten rules of team play, Brent, don't throw your teammate a grenade. What are those?
I got a lot of those in my years in Seattle, and I won't mention his name, but the initials were Gary Payton. Look, the shot clock's winding down, you're standing open, and the guard just gives it to you with 1.5 seconds to go, and you got to shoot the ball. So those are called live grenades, Kevin.
Pocket 2. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Giddey, no good. Mavericks trail by 5. Now Exum kicks it to Dinwiddie. Irving passes to Davis. Fader on the way. And another basket for Dallas.
Tremendous scoring output here from AD. I love this aggressive mindset.
Warriors have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. They set the pick. To the paint. Here's Jackson Davis.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Dallas calls timeout coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Thompson comes in for Dante Exum. Here's Giddey. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Warriors lead by 5.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Hits it from three-point range. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
That's a shot that Kyrie's never going to pass up, and exactly the mindset that his team needs.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. There's the feed to Davis. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Davis has got the game tied up here for Dallas.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
pass to Jackson Davis. Here's Podziemski. He's covered by Irving, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Now into the lineup for your Warriors, number 1.
9 seconds left now here in the second. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. The 3-ball. It's a tie game in San Francisco. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Hey, folks, let's get right to it. How about James Harden? He's having himself a game.
Putting up points, not shy looking for his shot, man. And he's been carrying the load offensively.
Yes, he understands his role and what he needs to do to keep his team successful.
And, guys, a look now at who's been really lighting it up from outside the arc.
Oh, it's a fun event to watch. Even more fun to take part in. All these guys are great shooters. But I can think of a few guys who would have been at it that could have made this list better.
Yeah, lots of lobbying going on behind the scenes. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at him.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. We've got Thompson. Irving is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Marshall in at the power forward position. Harden the pass to Green. Marshall with the steal. And now here comes Marshall. Leading the break. And it's blocked. They retain possession. Warriors trail by 3. From deep, Harden. Rebound by Marshall.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And Irving with the basket on the assist by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. It's stolen by Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Kind of fun to watch AD on these nights start to take over. He's doing that in these sequences.
Passes to Payton. Stolen by Thompson. For the finish. Clay gets off the break well.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And with the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard showing us this month's top passers. James Harden, number 1.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
And you think about Klay Thompson's career, Brent, an incredibly resilient player. Look at all he's overcome.
Now you think about those injury cards dealt out to Klay. Well, here's an ACL. Not only that, he gets the Achilles card. So he did it twice, and he continues to play at a high level.
To end the run. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 7 points for Draymond Green. Irving for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Here's Podziemski. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Davis.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collective.
And it's Irving missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Oh, good from Payton. Mavericks leading by 10. In the corner, Irving with it. From past the arc. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Irving's got 11 in the second half.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out. Give him some space. Let him get to work.
Harden outside. From deep. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 bigs.
And, you know, if you score on Harden, this guy's going to take it personal. Answers right back.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Dinwiddie wide open. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Warriors trail by 10. Down low, here's Jackson Davis. And Davis sends it back. And now here comes Marshall, leading the break. Nobody near Irving. His 3-pointers off the mark. Golden State's gone 5 of 8 from 3-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Here's Green. Harden outside. Golden State moving it around. Green with a screen on Irving. Podziemski. No good on the 3. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. And that one's good, Irving.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Jackson Davis. Harden outside. Latrey. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Dallas with the ball. They're on an 18-5 run here.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
It's rebounded by Dallas. Thompson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
That's a good look from Clay right there. Just the court awareness, and that guy was wide open.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Josh Giddey comes in for James Harden. Warriors trail by 16. Giddey, the pass to Looney, goes up to the stripe, and the shot is long. For Dallas, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Here's Irving, and it's Looney with the rebound. The Warriors shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Pass to Green, fires the 3, and Lively pulls it down. Lively's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Irving with the ball. Defended by Giddey. Irving against Giddey. Shoots the 3. No good from Irving.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Back to Giddey. Green with a screen for Giddey. Over Irving. Here's Green. There's the pass to Giddey. Payton kicks to Giddey. Takes a 3. Connects from 3-point range. Giddey's got 9 points.
Trying to get more comfortable from deep. Giddey looking solid on that one from 3.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Davis dishes to Irving. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Irving from long range. That doesn't go in either for Irving. And that one released in time, but no good. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. It's Dallas leading by 8. Live from Chase Center. You're watching 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
Now foul. Dante.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Chris Boucher, Harden out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Powell, and it's Santos in at the four-man position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
And what's remarkable is how complete Harden's game is. Making shots or making passes, he can create points in a number of ways.
Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. And that's 20 points for Anthony Davis. Here's Boucher. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Pass to Grimes. Inside. Here's Davis. Misses for only the second time in 12 tries. Warriors trail by 5. Powell for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And the Warriors making a change here. Moody's checked in. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Down low. It's Powell on the wing. Harden against Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 5. Here's Giddey. Money from the wing.
Solid coverage on Giddey, and he still gets the job done.
Mavericks leading by 3. Dinwiddie for 3. Dallas no good that time either.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Oh, that's good.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close, he's getting the ball. No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Giddey the pass to Moody. Golden State moving the ball around. Dinwiddie against Harden. Exum pulls it in.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
The offensive rebound. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
And it's Grimes with the rebound. Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. They get the rebound. Outside for Davis. Back to Exum. Pass to Grimes. It's Davis on the wing. Another shot. Lively. It's good on the putback.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Giddey. And nothing is falling for him right now. Dallas leading by 8. Exum with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Boucher with the steal. Now, here's Moody. Defense is right there. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. So both teams making some changes here. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Dinwiddie against Harden. Here's Davis. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Davis has got 22.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Mavericks making a switch here. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. He said, hey, we're still in this thing. We just have to trust each other out there. Be aggressive, stay together, and play as a team. We're coming back and winning this one. Pretty confident words, Kevin.
Thank you, David. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. At one point, they led by 16.
A great vision by Davis, showing off those point guard skills from back in high school.
Warriors trail by 11. Here's Payton. Davis with some nice D.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Golden State running out of time. Harden looking it over.
Spencer Dinwiddie. First personal foul. Third team foul.
141 left in the fourth quarter.
The numbers are talking. Harden with a huge night, showing great versatility.
Dinwiddie for three. Up again. It's rebounded by Payton. The Warriors have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. We're of 9. Kicks it out to Harden to the inside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Thompson passes to Dinwiddie. Outside Irving. Fires from deep. Sinks the triple. Irving's got 17 points here in the second half.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Dallas.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Davis.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
Irving can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And Green gets it to go.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
There's Dinwiddie following the basket by Draymond Green. Irving. And a missed layup.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's space and then go and corral that backdoor.
Shot by Podziemski, no good.
Golden State foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Dinwiddie. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much.
All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.